Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to Happy Gaming News. Every Sunday, we'll cover a few gaming-related news highlights from the previous week. You can also find more information about the topics covered here in the description of the video below. This segment is looking at the week of February 15th through the 21st. First up, Guild Wars 2 unveiled some new information regarding their first expansion, Heart of Thorns, this last week. More specifically, they revealed a new profession being added into the game. Now, for those unaware of Guild Wars 2 terminology, a profession is the equivalent of a new playable class that participates in combat. The new profession that was revealed was the Revenant, a heavy armor-wearing profession that utilizes the mist as a form of energy. This energy is then used to invoke the powers of legendary figures from the Guild Wars universe and lore. There is an interesting write-up on the basics of the new profession, and we can expect more in the future as ArenaNet reveals more about their first expansion. Next, we got some news confirming that the game titled The Last Guardian is definitely still in development, at least according to IGN, who were in contact with Sony this last week. This game has been highly anticipated since its reveal back at E3 in 2009. The Last Guardian is the next project of Team Ico, the game developers behind the game Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. Since its reveal, it's gone through a number of issues, most notably being the departures of many important people, including the founder of Ico himself. Hopefully, this game comes out sometime in our lifetime. Okay, so this next one's not super big news, but I loved Terraria when it came out, so I have to mention it. A sequel to Terraria, titled Terraria Otherworld, was announced this last week on the Terraria forums. This title is being stressed as quote-unquote not Terraria 2, and instead takes place in an alternate dimension within the Terraria universe. With the themes for the game being much darker than the previous title, I'm curious to see how this unfolds. Hopefully, it holds my attention better than Starbound did, the last Terraria game I got excited for. Now, there's one really big thing that I want to talk about at the end of this video, but before we get to the main event, here are a few quick news snippets. EA revealed that Battlefield Hardline had a total of 7 million players during their recent beta. This trumps Destiny's 4.6 million, though Battlefield was on the PC, so surely that helped with its numbers. Speaking of numbers, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, a game I forgot to mention in last week's episode, has already sold 3 million copies. Impulse to buy 3DS and capture card increasing. And finally, The Order 1886 launched this last week to mixed results. While the story and graphics are being praised, the game's lack of replay value, its more movie-like pacing, and its underwhelming gun combat have seen it launch to mostly mixed reviews. So finally, here we are at the big news for the week. At least it's big news for me. A couple of days ago, Square Enix held a special broadcast showcasing almost an hour of gameplay footage from Final Fantasy XV. This footage shows off the graphics and gameplay of the upcoming demo, Episode Dusque. During this showcasing, director Hajime Tabata took the time to talk about the progress they have made and the things they are still working on for both the demo and the full release of the game. Now, Nova Crystallis did an excellent write-up on the most important notes from the presentation, and if you want to read through it all and check out the gameplay, be sure to check the description of the video below. To give you a little preview of the information that Nova Crystallis has written up, here are a few highlights I was particularly interested in. First off, the game's world map is said to be anywhere from 10 to 20 times bigger than Episode Dusque's map, which is shown to be pretty big. 2. While battles are triggered and transitioned between in real time, there is a visual cue to let you know when you're being pulled into an encounter, as well as battle music and a results screen shown at the end of battle. Number 3. Since battles are entered seamlessly, fighting can attract unwanted attention from other enemies such as soldiers or other wildlife. Number 4. There are quests that allow you to track down and kill rare bosses in the open world. These bosses can also possess unique strengths and weaknesses. For example, the boss Smoke Eye in the demo is a behemoth who is blind in one eye, which is an exploitable weakness. Number 5. Episode Dusque contains quote-unquote post-demo content to explore after completing the story aspects. And finally, the game was confirmed to be about 60% complete, and that while progress is gradual for now, it may shoot up to 80% in the coming months. Overall, I'm very excited to try out the demo next month, and hopefully you are too. Well, so long as you pre-order Final Fantasy Type 0, that is. Anyway, thank you for watching this week's episode of Happy Gaming News. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and leave comments in the description of the video below. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see everyone on next week's news segment, and until then, take care.